Today it is time to color and add line to our composition. This name line design is something we started before, and we made these great block letters surrounded by these wavy lines last week. Today we're going to add some pattern and repetition and unity to our letters, and then add some color with some contrast to the patterns that we have here. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's think about some different lines that we can use to fill in our picture. So when you think about line, it can be organic line, it can be a unified line, or lines that actually make a line across, even though they're not connected. You can use cross lines, you can use dots and dashes, squiggles, organic, anything that you like that you appreciate the pattern for. So think about what that might be, and then we are going to fill in our letters. All right, so I have a couple ideas for some patterns right now. I am going to make some swirls in my letters right here. And these are going to carry out throughout the whole design in our letters, but I'm going to skip every other letter to make this design. And you'll see that I'm filling in the letter as much as possible. I really want this to be all the way filled in. There we go. Stop when it's necessary. You don't want to go outside of your letters. And this is kind of the fun part, because you can really sort of have a good time just making any sort of design that you like. And it's neat how it fills it all the way in. So it's like you're coloring something in, but you're not. And it still fills it in a really interesting way. How many of you are going to write your name on something later and you're just going to fill it in with designs because you can? So I've done every other letter. Now I'm going to do something more geometric, because that first design I just did just now was really loose and organic and curly and curvy. And now I'm going to do something that is more rigid and straight and has angles. And so this is going to offer some really nice contrast against the very organic lines. It's going to help both designs stand out better, and they're going to look better next to each other, and that's what we want. Here we go. Last one. Are you thinking about what designs you're going to do, or are you drawing designs of your choice along with me? Are you going to wait till you're done watching this to figure it out? You know, you can approach this in any way. Sometimes it's nice to just watch and see how someone does something, and then approach it in your time when you're ready. Okay, got it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to think about color. Let's add some color, something bold. Guess what? We're not going to color in the letters. We're going to leave them black and white. We are, however, going to color in this area behind the letters, one solid color, and then we're going to create a pattern. So only 3 colors are actually going to fill in this entire picture. So I didn't want to take up your time by coloring in everything. So I actually have one already filled in. Ta-da! So see, aren't you glad you didn't have to watch me do that? And now I just want to show you the next part, which is creating the pattern. So I have to come up with what I think is going to be a good combination of colors. So I use the purple, I use this red I think I want to put next to the purple, and then what do I want to use next? Do I want to put blue next to that, or do I feel like that's going to be, you know, too heavy with the dark colors? But when you think about it, the red and the blue make the purple. That's kind of fun. I could do yellow, because yellow and purple are actually complementary colors on the color wheel, and those two will look really good next to each other. And then I always just like the combination of red next to purple too. So that's an idea. Or I could put green in there, which is kind of a cool balance when you look at it. You've got a color here, and then you're jumping over here across. So that might look really nice too. I think that is going to be the winning combination. Okay, so I used my color wheel, I used my eyes and my brain, and my personal design preference. The best way to approach this is always outline the area that you're going to do. This is why we have these nice heavy black Sharpie lines to work with. It just makes it easier to outline. And I'm using the side of my marker, not the tip, because I want to preserve the tip of my marker. If I was pushing straight down, it would mash in the felt tip of this marker. And then later, if I wanted to use this for something small, I would not be able to do it. Did you catch that? Flip the picture over, because I know my hand can guide along outlines better if I change the direction of my paper. Seems pretty obvious, right? Go ahead and do that if it makes it easier for you to work. And then, where it's thicker, I might have to do a little scrabble in there, but look at that. I can fill most all of it in. Use the tip of my marker to hit those spots that I missed. I can just glide over it with the side of my marker. Here we go. Whoop. There we have it. Okay. The next step, I take the third color. I'm just going to do a little bit of it now. So, third color. Naturally, I would do this all the way across, but for right now, I just want to show you what it's going to look like when you get it all filled in. It's like magical, especially when you use these markers. If you want to skip also, you can say, okay, that'll be purple, that'll be red, this will be green. Boom. Knock that out. And then purple, red, purple, red, you get the idea. You're going to do this on the top, you're going to do this on the bottom until the whole thing is completely filled in. You don't want to leave any white spots because it really does make it look unfinished. Have some, integrity with your work, right? Like, make it actually look good. If you're going to invest the time into it, make it look good. Just give it an extra 10 seconds somewhere and it'll look really nice. So there's the idea. So naturally these colors would stretch all the way across, and then I would do the same pattern on the bottom, fill all that in, and then you've got your finished piece of work. Thanks for watching.